Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome back, Miss Gruber. Mr. and Mrs. Please flip this around. Excellent. Excellent. David Ballou is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. Very good. I'm allowing people to come into the room. Thank you so much for the hearts. I love it when you tap. It's so important. I don't really know exactly what it means, but to me, it kind of makes me feel like you love me a little bit. So appreciation is important. This is going to be a quick scope. It's a piggyback off of a Share-a-thon Periscope session that I just completed. My name is Marvin LeBlanc. I am a Amazon Kindle best-selling author, and so I wanted to make some comments. Hey, Grapevine, welcome to the room. Please go ahead and hit that little Perry person there and share with your followers, whether it be on Facebook or whether it be on Twitter. I appreciate it greatly, and welcome all of you replay viewers. Replays have become very, very important to the messages, and so I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Grapevine. As I was saying earlier, my Perry 10K group, which is a group of collaborators, just finished a 2-hour session with about 8 speakers for about 10 minutes, whereby they shared all of their ideas on how to slow down in life in an effort to actually speed up and become more productive. And so what I wanted to do was to share with you the fact that when the actual book, Come Hell or High Water, Life Lessons from Hurricane Katrina came out, as some of you know, I had the opportunity, if you will, to lose a home and lose the services of 9 employees and lose about 68% of my income in the first 90 days. That was an office loss, a house loss. Lots of people actually, hey, Rain Man, thanks for dropping in. Lots of people might have thought that perhaps we would have lost hope, but we fought through it, and as fate would have it, about in 2011, I came out with this book that someone told me that I had to write. And what I wanted to share with you as an author is the most important thing that readers have told me about this book is that the first thing I did not do is I didn't write it as a novel. And so if you're an author out there, one of the biggest mistakes that I see authors making right now is they actually write their transcript far too long. Unless you're Stephen King or John Grisham or a mystery writer that writes really big novels, the average person, I mean, I hang out in the inspiration department. I hang out in performance and personal development and business development wherever books are sold. So that's where you would find my book. But my audience will not read a huge long book. Hey, Miss Charlotte, so good to see you again. Happy holidays to you. And so you have to make that story compelling. And, I don't know how many pages in here. This is a couple of 100 pages. And that's enough, okay? Because people are just not going to spend the time to read much longer than that. The other thing that I would strongly suggest you to do is your book doesn't have to be a completely fast read, meaning that it doesn't have to be something where it has to be finished in a couple hours. Now, anybody that does read this book, if you want to read it through the first time, you can read it through the first time in a couple of 3 hours. But that's not where the value of the book, according to the readers that have shared with me, comes from. The value of the book has come from the fact that after each chapter, I actually write here in the back of each chapter, take a few minutes and write down your thoughts about the following questions, either in this book or on a separate sheet of paper. What I'm actually asking the reader to do is, I'm actually asking the reader to pause and meditate after each chapter. Because while it's true that it's my story, what's more important than it being my story, hey, America 1987, welcome to the group. What's more important about this book than it being my story is how this book and my story can help you in your story, can help you in your relationships, can help you whenever you're struggling with issues, drama. You might have issues with being a resilient person. Have you ever just felt like no matter how hard you work, you're just constantly getting pounded down? So this book actually talks about when I'm in that world of hurt, there's an actual model, an attitude model that I mentally would think through that would help me through my personal adversities. Because as you may or may not know, a 25-foot tidal surge came over the levee into St. Bernard Parish, where I had a business and all of my customers and of course the entire city was devastated by floodwaters. And so the last little point I want to make to you is to take a break and unpack your own truth. If you're an aspiring author and you say, no, I can't do that, that's just not true. You need to reach out to me at MarvinLeBlanc.com, and I'll be glad to share with you all the mistakes I made. So, hey, so you won't have to make those mistakes again. And as always, you can buy the Come Hell or High Water book at Amazon.com, or you can certainly buy it on my website at MarvinLeBlanc.com. And if you do that, I personally will sign it and send it out to you. And so if you need me as an individual, or you work for an organization where the actual sales volume is down, maybe your morale is down, maybe you've had a change in leadership, maybe you're struggling with hiring younger millennials, and yet the older workforce is boomers. And so there's been some conflicts in that I'm extremely well versed in. And so if you need any help in any of those things, reach out to me at MarvinLeBlanc.com. And I'll be glad to help you. If you're going to write a book, I strongly suggest you to write a book in such a way that your audience can sip it instead of just devouring it. It's what they get out of the book and what they're going to do to make their own performance better that's really going to matter. In the end, it's really not about my story. In the end, it's really about your story and the mental limitations you set on yourself that you don't have to anymore. So if that's of an interest to you, by all means, go ahead and share that with my actual thoughts, America. I can certainly give you my thoughts on network marketing. Network marketing is a huge future, great opportunity in America, primarily because more and more people. I will come back to you, Groover, and I can certainly help you on where to begin, Miss Groover. But network marketing is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it is becoming more and more traditional as an avenue for families to actually have their own income, especially because of more and more people getting laid off. The Bureau of Statistics does tell some of the story. Hey, Pastor Ken Loring is in the house. If you're not following Ken Loring and honestly catchy, I strongly would suggest you to. Daniel 87 Roberts is in the room. He's an excellent classical pianist and an excellent person to follow on Scope. So the people that follow me are usually unbelievable givers. Mrs. Aspire, I love your Mrs. Aspire 365. What an excellent handle. But when it comes to writing a book, you certainly can visit with me. I guess I should write a book on how the top 10 mistakes to make, because I feel like I made every one of them. So you don't have to do that. And there is a way now, and I'm not going to tell you the secret, that you can write your book 17 times faster. So that means right now there's someone watching this broadcast and they've had a book inside their soul, and maybe they haven't had money to support it. Maybe they haven't had money for the marketing. Maybe they don't really believe that anybody cares. Well, guess what? There's a lot of people that care about your story. And literally right now, between now and 100 days from now, you can actually be a published author at a phenomenally low price. You just need to know how to do it. And I didn't know how to do it. And I made all the mistakes, so you won't have to. Mrs. Aspire, I can't wait to hear about your book. I always love spending a little bit time on Periscope. As some of you know, I am an entrepreneur. I own 3 worldwide businesses and 1 local business just for the state of Louisiana. Just in the state of Louisiana, I'm an insurance, I own an insurance and financial services firm. The other 3 businesses are worldwide that vary from everything from helping people with their wellness, helping people start a business, make a profit within the first 6 months of a business. That's something that has been pretty popular in my programs. And so if you're interested in just having a casual conversation, I do drive 2 hours. I commute 2 hours a day, and I schedule time in 20-minute intervals to talk to people like America 1987 because it's all, for me, it's all about paying it forward. I'm not a billionaire, but let's just say I'm getting my bills paid quite nicely, and I am more than happy to water on top of your dream, because individual entrepreneurship is the actual key economic indicator for the future of America. And so I think that might have answered your question, America. I even ended that answer with your handle, America. So thanks so much. Demita's in the house. Hey, sister. Catch you saying hello. I love all of you. I intentionally wanted to make this a quick broadcast so that you can get high content in a low amount of time. The last thing I want to say to you right now is to spend time outside of Periscope, being alone with your own thoughts to build your own plan for the year 2016. I wish you peace. I wish you love, and I wish you gumbo. Good night, everybody. Keep your dreams alive. Stay away from the negative people. Bye-bye.